We are learning to ask questions to aid with comprehension during reading. A good reader asks questions when they're reading to help them to understand what they've read. And today we're going to look at that, focusing on this text here, making a road, and using this format here to help us to ask questions. It's called a double entry journal. So my first step that I need to take when using this double journal entry is to think about some questions I want to ask. Now I can come up with my questions by thinking about the title of the story. I could have a look at some of the illustrations in the story. I could think about my prior knowledge and what I know about roads and questions that I might have. And I'm going to write my questions in these spaces here. So the first question I have about this story is, why are roads made? My second question is, who makes the roads? My third question is, what machines do they use to make a road? And my final question is, how do they make a road? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the text, and as I find the answers to my questions, I'm going to stop and record the answers into these spaces here. Let's have a look at the first page of the story. I've read this page, and in this information here I can see the answer to my first question. My first question is, why are roads made? And here it starts to tell me the reasons. It says roads might be overcrowded. Maybe there's a new area of housing being developed, and people need a road to get to and from the new houses. So after reading the first page, I know the answer to my first question here, so I'm going to record that answer. So here's the answer to my first question. The roads are too overcrowded, and there are new houses that need roads. Now I'm going to keep reading and seeing if I can answer any of these remaining three questions. Now I've read the second page of my story, and I see I've found the answer to my second question. Who makes the roads? Here it says that there are planners who draw a map showing where the road could go. So that must be one person involved in making a road. Then it says that engineers who design the road. So engineers are involved. And then over in these two paragraphs here, it talks about some of the machines, so there must be workers who use those machines. So now I'm going to write the answer to this question. The people involved in making the roads are planners, engineers and workers. Now I'm going to see if I can answer this question. What machines do they use to make a road? I can answer this question, this third question here, by looking at the pictures. I can see that there are bulldozers. I can see that there are graders and rollers. I can see that there are lane markers. All of these are machines that are used to make a road. So I'm going to write that answer in here. The machines that they use to make roads are bulldozers, graders, rollers, lane markers. Now I'm going to read and see if I can answer this question. How do they make a road? In reading this page, I can see some of the answers to my question, how do they make a road? First of all, it says that they have to clear a route. Then it says that they bring gravel and tip it onto the road. Then after the gravel, they put down some crushed stone on top of the gravel. And this page tells me a little bit more about how they make a road. It says that after they put down the crushed stone, they cover it with hot mix. So now I can put my answer to how do they make a road. And here's my answers to my last question. They clear a route, they lay down gravel, they put down crushed stone, and then they cover it with hot mix. By coming up with these questions and then finding the answers in the text, it really helped me to understand the story. That's a good thing that readers do, is asking questions to help them understand what they're reading. Now what you have to do is ask some questions before reading your text and then write down what you find out as the answers to your questions.